The internalized Jesus that comes off the page of the Synoptic Gospels, Luke, Mark, and Matthew, is saving me from an otherwise unbearable life in this hell world we've created. In a world that is such agony for me that I have long wanted to die, it gives me a joyful, abundant life to be the servant of that internalized Jesus that has taken hundreds and thousands of hours of having his words and example from those three Gospels pour through me day after day, week after week, month after month, these last 3 or 4 years. But not only that, it is less certain that the following is not a product of my imagination, but that is not to say that it is a departure from what Jesus taught and sought to instill in us. He and the Spirit that he embodied. It is not just that internalization of the man Jesus from those three books. It is a notion of heaven which is now the guiding belief in my life, that there is a life after this one, and that specifically that life is for eternity, working alongside Jesus to rehabilitate the masses of souls that can be rehabilitated, that never had a chance because life kicked them in the teeth from the beginning. Lazarus, my homeless kin on the streets of Cortez, almost all of them, probably 95%. Their equivalent around the world. And also the 1 in 100 million of the middle and upper classes that still have a bit of their soul left alive inside them. The rest being gathered up and thrown into the fire, not for torture, just to be gone, out of the way. They, in some real sense, have selected a life other than submission to that of God which is within us, our soul, which I think is well understood as an appendage of God. Our bodies certainly are not an appendage of God, but the DNA-given, God-given soul within us, our humanity, is an appendage of God. It is part of God. It is part of the Spirit that is holy, which is not personal to me or you or any child. It is at the same time a part of us and in us an appendage, the appendage of God, that which makes us of God until we mutilate it, eliminate it, distort it, pervert it, kill it, as is the relentless pursuit of our insane satanic culture. This is salvation for me. It is a constant ready guide for probably 3 months now. It may fade, but I think it will not. At every moment, it is available to me as a prompt guide to get back on track. James, you're thinking about how tired you are, how much you'd like to sleep. So if your life was taken in this moment, are you going to be on Jesus' rehab team, working alongside him for eternity? Oh, let's see. He probably doesn't want complainers. He probably doesn't want people that only want to do the work when it's easy, does he? Thanks for the reminder. And immediately I find that I can reorient myself into a being that I think Jesus would want on the team. Hopelessly clueless, incredibly slow, but eternity is a long time. If the soul is willing and the soul is in charge and the soul is empowered, well, the soul's eventually going to learn. Eternity is a long time. Even James can become competent in that much time. I wish I had been taught this. I wish I had been told this. I wish I had been shown this by other than Jesus and Walter Rauschenbusch and maybe one or two others, haltingly. I certainly haven't, well, if I've read it, I haven't seen it. If I've read it, I haven't understood it. If I've been taught it or told it, I haven't realized it, but I do now, and I'm joyfully compelled to try and share it and make it available to you here.